Well, we're going to talk about what's normal today. And Bob Ellis, we've assured our news editor, Ed Randazzo, that we won't be talking about him. But, Bob, doesn't it strike you as noteworthy that it's normal for a woman to have an abortion today? It's normal for a teenager to be lured into a homosexual lifestyle. Those kinds of things have been normalized. How in the world has that happened to America?
Yeah, it's a sad commentary on the state of affairs of our society. I'm not sure whether those things are actually normal or not, but I know that there are certain forces within our culture that want us to believe that they are.
I think you've nailed it. There's nothing normal about a homosexual lifestyle. There's nothing normal or natural about an abortion, is there?
No, there's not. Homosexuality, the left would have us believe that that's some large number, like 10% or more, but actually a study conducted just a few years ago by, it was conducted on behalf of a homosexual group, the Human Rights Campaign, came out with actually less than 3%.
Yeah, and something that we had a conversation in one of our staff meetings earlier this morning about something that's become normal that personally I find objectionable because I don't think it should be normal. And that is for women to be exposing half of their upper torso. Mm-hmm. It is not normal for women to be walking around scantily clothed, but they've been sold that bill of goods.
Yeah, from the time that they're young girls on. If you take a look, you go in the stores, you try to buy something for your daughter, and I have a teenage daughter. It's very hard to find something that's not doesn't look painted on.
Well, and some of it looks like there ain't any paint.
Yeah.
What I would just say is that the society that we live in has created an environment of debauchery on every hand.
Yeah, just like the other subjects we talked about, that's been portrayed to us as being the norm. It's really what I think of as catering to the lowest common denominator. Instead of looking at things that are not ideal and trying to lift those up, it seems like the forces in our society today are trying to bring everything down to this one certain level that's really not healthy for society at all.
You and I have lived long enough to remember that when Elvis Presley was on the Ed Sullivan Show, they blocked out part of his body because he did a little gyration. Mm-hmm. Now today we would look at that and say, what's the big deal? Because we've come so far.
You can really see things like that when you take a step away from it. I remember I spent a few years overseas, and this has been 20 years ago now. I spent a few years away from the United States, didn't come back, didn't really watch any of the television from over here, and I come back to the United States, and suddenly that people are saying and doing things on TV that were just shocking a few years beforehand.
I remember, as do you, the censorship battle on national television. Mm-hmm. The censors had their buttons on, they had their fingers on the switch, didn't they?
Well, there was a time, I think, in our society when even television that exists to make money and to produce a profit, even Hollywood understood that it had a role, it had a responsibility to try to lift society up and make it to be as good as it could be. But now it seems that's been totally turned on its head, and rather than trying to lift society up to greater values, to virtue, it seems intent on subverting society to point it down toward that lowest common denominator.
I recall some of the early television sitcoms where it would like the Dick Van Dyke Show, I think is one of them, where they had twin beds. If they showed a bedroom scene, they were each in different beds.
Yeah.
Now you can hardly turn on anything without seeing people totally unclothed in some kind of pursuit of sensuality.
Yeah, and even broadcast television isn't safe anymore.
No, I look at Fox News, and they're supposed to be fair and balanced. Well, I'm telling you, when it comes to morality, their women are not clothed very morally. I mean, good Lord, it's like how much leg and how much breast do you need to see on news commentary?
And that's not good for anybody. It's not
No, it's
good.
not.
It's not good for the moral fiber of our men and young boys. It's not good for the women either, because that really cheapens how men, how society in general see women. It's just not good all around.
Well, Bob, you and I will make a personal commitment to never show any cleavage on television, I'll guarantee you. But isn't it time that we called America back to some kind of strong moral fabric?